Question: did Donald Trump actually speak to the FBI or to the grand jury? Answer: no. Question: how did he make these false statements? Answer: through his lawyers. How do we know they were false? Well, this is very interesting. There are two principal witnesses against Donald Trump here. One is his own words, and the other is his former lawyer, Evan Corcoran. Well, how could a lawyer possibly testify against the client? What about the attorney-client privilege? Here's a 1-minute lesson on the attorney-client privilege. You're a lawyer, you're sitting in your office, a client walks in and he says, I've just been accused of robbing a bank. What are my defenses? And you go through the defenses. The money was yours. It wasn't you. You were 1,000 miles away. Insanity defense. You have no memory. The bank hates me and they've been accusing me of this all along, and none of it is true. That conversation between the lawyer and the client is absolutely privileged. Second example, client walks into your office and says, I plan to rob a bank. If I do, what defenses will be available to me? That conversation is not privileged. So if the client uses information from the lawyer to perpetrate a fraud or a crime, or if the client uses the lawyer to perpetrate a fraud or a crime, then the communication between the lawyer and the client is not privileged. And that's apparently what happened here. So the feds, in a trial, a secret trial, because it pertained to the grand jury, persuaded a federal judge in Washington, D.C., that the lawyer in this case, Evan Corcoran, was used by Donald Trump to lie to the federal government. Therefore, the attorney-client relationship was used for fraud or crime. Therefore, there's no privilege. That's what the judge ruled. And that was appealed to an appellate court, and the appellate court upheld the trial judge. Once the appellate court upheld the trial judge, then Mr. Corcoran had no choice but to testify. And in the indictment, there's a lot of information that comes directly from Mr. Corcoran.